GM fam, welcome back to Value Vibes, where we talk about all about Solana NFTs with your host Phil X Contreras. On to the drama, to the vibes. All right, so let's go. So the first thing that I want to talk about is ABC NFTs. When we bought it at 15 Sol, it has increased to 44 Solana, and we mentioned this on Twitter and we had some actually really good vibes on there. I haven't sold yet because I'm waiting for the catalyst that's about to come. So overall, we're going to talk about that very soon in the end of this whole video. All right, so the other things that we got to talk about is potential undervalued NFTs. The NFT art that has 4x, which is pretty insane. If Solana is going to die, and what cartoon JPEGs I like. Keep in mind, this isn't financial advice, just my opinion on cartoon JPEGs and why I like them. So the first thing let's talk about is Shillin villain. What happened here? So Shillin villain has been blocked. And if you don't know, I'm actually not really a fan of him. He was always negative, toxic, likes attention currency on people. And why I didn't enjoy him? Well, it's a simple rule. I don't like to be around negativity. Negativity always leads to basically slouch, feeling horrible, and my brain always feels negative at whatever there is. And I just have this whole negative vibe around me. And that's basically something that I like to keep away. I think it's toxic, and I cut anyone who is toxic like that, even family. So I found that the hard way. I talked to a close family member of mine, a cousin who just gossips a lot. He has a bad energy. And every so often when I talk to him, he basically always tries to, him and her always tries to one up me, right? With his degree or how great they are. I don't feel good. I feel horrible that day. It's not good for you. And what you need to do is you need to cut them off. Cut them off often. You don't need to talk to them every day. And that's the thing with Shillin Villain is that he does this in Web3. The second thing is that he gossips a lot, and I don't like to be around that. But the main thing here is that should he be blocked? I don't think so. I think he should be fine to be on Twitter because he does have some things to say. It's like a balanced force right there. All right. So overall, that's the story about this. I'm sure he'll be back, and I'm sure some people will enjoy him to be back, and some people will not enjoy him to be back. All right. So let's go on to Claynosaurz. All right. So this next project we talked about a little bit in the past 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and a lot of things have happened since they have came out with their announcement of the 10K collection. Now, as we saw, Lily actually did pretty well. Lily minted out, and they minted out all their NFTs, and they've been moving like crazy these past 2 days. So with that, I do think that Claynosaurz has a really good chance to really do well in their upcoming NFT. So here we have a document from Metaplex, and what Metaplex is, they're basically a NFT, kind of like a launch pad, but not really, but a platform to where you can make your own NFT collection, and then you can launch it and you can mint it, right? So what Creator Studio did was they now launched this new protocol where you can actually make the NFT collection without using code. So you can add art traits, you can add royalties simply as a regular person like me or like you, someone who doesn't know how to, be a developer, right? So right here, Claynosaurz is the first one to use this new updated Creator Studio platform. And let's actually look at the version here where you could see Creator Studio launch. Here, they basically talk about what it is, and let me get my pen here. So here you see Creative Studio initiative. It's a no code way to launch NFT projects. A new generation of creators will join the Web3 revolution. And then not just that, let's highlight this area here. It says here, these artists will forge the next chapter of the NFT legend with our tools at their disposal. So what they're saying is this project is going to be the first one to use it, and there's going to be many more that's going to come out and use this new generational type of tool, which will help projects build out easier without developers, because you don't really need developers to create your NFT project in the main case, right? So on the next part here, it says just like our toolsets are meant to remove stigma from the launch process, this NFT project is determined to reshape public perception of NFTs and define a new approach to developing intellectual property in the digital age. So this is what Claynosaurz is really trying to push out here. And then you can see here it says, but an animation style that can contend with AAA studios demands decades of experience. So what they're doing is they're building this platform to where you can actually, any NFT project can probably use Claynosaurz Animation Studio, which is gonna be nuts if this happens. Behind every Claynosaurz are thousands of concept images, which basically means 3D renders and animation rigs. And that is another cool thing that's happening with them. We opt for specialists in every department, but it all starts with concept art. And the last time we talked about concept art, which was, what's up, Costa? What's going on, man? Concept art is the bedrock of the Claynosaurz universe. And they showed us a little snippet of this in their Twitter on how they do the concept art. And it was very professional. It almost was like Disney. Next is the art direction, which is basically the cartoons that they make. And you can already see the cartoons coming out. And then here they basically say this takes resources, thousands of persons of hours, sheer computational power, and of course expertise. But it's what they do. This is their main thing, and this is what they're experts at. Now here is some more alpha. We're a team of industry artists that join forces to create of our own a digital native IP with mass potential for scaling. So if you look at this right here, here is basically the team, what the experience is. You got Sony, you got Disney, you got Netflix, you got Ubisoft, you got Warner Bros, you got Riot Games, Illumination, Marvel, and Industrial Light Magic, which actually I don't know the last one. But overall, some major players here making this Claynosaurz project. So here he says, team explains organized into departments and specialists. So what they're doing is that they're actually separating this art concept into different portions. One person's going to do this type of specialty art. This next person's going to do 3D animation. Next person. So they know what they're doing. They're putting quality over quantity. Every person have their own specialty work on this project. A total of 14 artists that make up this studio and 3 more on the branding side. And they have their advisory board and all avenues of Web3 within that advisory board. So here is the other part. Why Web3? Through Claynosaurz, we're taking back creative control and doing things our way. It's not just about their art, but changing the media and landscape. The Clayno team has been an unprecedented demand for new content stories and IP. All right, this is where it gets good. The team puts ownership and community first, unlike what we have with Disney and Pixar, where it's basically just the company. It's all company oriented. I mean, it's not like who really cares about the customer, because they do, but it's like the end result, the product. Right now, what they're doing is the community is going to be a part of this project through NFTs and IP rights. Traditional studios don't benefit from direct conversation with audiences. We do. Web3 ethos allows us to tap into that power. Consider being part of a major Web3 creative IP and entertainment studio. So here is the other part. Plan to hold mentorship programs for artists. All right, cool. Offer production services to other Web3 projects. Okay, cool. As well as bringing added revenue stream. Boom. There we go. Many projects must outsource when looking for high-end 3D animation. Added revenue stream. Many projects must outsource when looking for high-end 3D animation work. Boom. There we go. That is my alpha right there. That is what I just made my mind just go, what the hell? Like, what can actually happen here? So basically you have this project who is gonna use this 3D animation work into a way where they can actually service other Web3 projects, make more revenue off it. They could basically say, hey, Solana Monkey Business, you want to create your own thing? We got a platform here. Just give us the fees. I mean, and they can do that with OK Bears. They can do that with the gods. So they have this potential of making money on Web3 without creator royalties. That's what Claynosaurz can do. The art is cool, everything around it is cool, but the main thing is the product of what they actually can do with Claynosaurz, the studio. The studio can make money off of other NFT projects. That is what I'm excited about. Again, the whole platform, the whole idea of the cartoon, of what they're creating with these 3D animated dinosaurs, so awesome. Out of the realm of Solana NFTs, this is another world, which is great. They're gonna do well. Minty's probably gonna be extraordinarily crazy, but the main thing that I'm loving is the revenue stream. All right, so let's go on to the next topic. Hopefully, that got you excited as it got me excited. Now, this other thing that just happened was the Lily came out with their NFT mint, and they did well. They did well. We talked about them for a little bit. When they minted out, I think there was around like 5 Solana, 6 Solana, and then it just kept going up. It kept going up to around 12 Solana. So let's look at here of where they're at right now. Lily, and let me search for this right here. Lily, boom, 10 Solana right now. And they just kept moving up. They're finally coming back down to around 9.66 Solana. And I do think that it could probably level off right here and it'll probably stay here. Now, the main thing for me, and I really don't want to get into secondaries right now, but since we're already talking about it, is the actual main project. And the main project behind Lily is the Lotus gang. So the weird thing for me is that the Lotus gang is almost at the same valuation as the Lily, even though it's from the same person, Bunjo. Bunjo has a lot of love for the Lotus gang. That is the first NFT collection that they created. I am sure the Lotus gang is going to take priority over the Lily, even though they're almost at the same price. So either the Lily is too high or the Lotus is too low. I think the Lotus should be higher. So even though it's kind of dangerous right now to get in, if this does stable up, then the Lotus should be at a higher price because I do think Bunjo is going to take priority over the first NFT collection because these guys basically held on to the Lotus gang since Bunjo created it. I mean, they're basically the ones that created the Lily. Even though the Lily has beautiful art, it's just something to where it just doesn't feel normal to have the Lily the main project over this one. It just really just like gives a punch to the community. So eventually, I do think that the price is going to be higher than the Lily, the Lotus gang. All right. So the other project that I want to talk about is ABCs. ABCs has finally blew up like what we talked about earlier. There was a lot of people that doubted me over this, and I kept buying them. I bought like 3, then I bought 4, then 5, then 6, then we were up at 8, and then it kept going down to 15, and then I bought 2 more here, as you could probably see on my Twitter. When I mentioned that was a time frame when Solana was going nuts. And then after this thing just skyrocketed and it's still going up to 48 Solana. So very good news. I think we're probably let's just say 50 Solana, 50 times 10. So right now we're at 500 Sol with this project ABCs. Am I going to sell it? Last time I said I'm not, when it was like at 40 when we last talked. I'm still not gonna sell it. It's not like it's not like going to the moon. I think that there is a price where I am going to sell at. And yes, HG is sold. I trust as well. I do think that this project has potential to reach even 100 Solana. It could take a while. At 80 Solana, I'm not gonna sell at 80. I'm probably gonna sell at 100 or near 100, maybe 90 to 100. It just really depends at that moment. But it just a lot depends on this because I just don't know what else could come out with this project. Because like if there's more alpha, if there's another project coming out with for ABC holders, if there's something more than hate swap, we just don't know. But I do think there's a lot happening with ABCs, and I'm kind of I'm glad that this has gone up, and I'm not gonna sell for a while. This is basically a long term hold, maybe one, maybe two. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But that's my game plan. My main game plan is 100. Now, for people who are seeing this right now and probably want to FOMO in, I wouldn't really suggest that because if you don't know me, I don't like buying things on the green. This is to me is like all red. I like buying things that's actually on the red, which I don't think you can actually see here. All this is right here is what I find something that I'm worthy to probably go into for me personally. All right, so overall, ABC's great stuff for them, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. I do think it's probably gonna level off here for a little bit. All right, so let's look at the red because that's what I like the most. What has happened here? What is going on? What did I add? I basically added the Lotus gang. We talked about it 3 days ago if I was gonna add it or not, and I did decide to add it because it freaking dropped, man. This doing 14 Solana all the way to 6. I couldn't believe that I didn't catch that. I was actually pretty pissed off that this thing, because if I saw this, I probably would have jumped in, knowing who Bunjul is and how long he's been here. And obviously, it went back up to 11 and it came back down. So there's a lot of hype over the second collection. Everyone's forgetting about the primer one, and I'm gonna wait to see if this does if this does go a little bit more lower. All right, so the other one that I am looking at is Saga Pass. Now this one went down 22%. I've been staring this for a little bit, and it's still kind of leveled off. I would love to see this at 2 Sol or below. There is a 2,500 collection, and what the Saga Pass is basically the Solana mobile phone, and this one is really interesting for me because we just don't know what this team is going to bring up, but everyone is excited about the Solana phone. So I'm still waiting for new news about this one, but it's definitely something I'm keeping my eye on for a while. All right, so the brains. So there's a lot of drama that happened with the brains. It wasn't really a success with what they were doing as far as feeding the zombies brains, and you could see the price action going a lot lower because of that. This was their actual feast zombie where you can actually feast them. Some people got their brains returned. It was a lot of chaos going on. Now for me, I did buy a couple of brains earlier. It was like I think like a 1.8 Sol somewhere there. So it has gone down drastically. I'm gonna keep feeding my zombies and see how this game works. But as far as something that I could probably trade on, I could probably buy maybe 2 of these and then sell them at 0.60, 0.70, or 0.50 even. Because it just seems like this price action keeps moving up and down between 0.30 and 0.50, and that's actually just like based off like 2 moves here. But overall, just another interesting one. Zombie NFTs I'm not really gonna touch because I already have 2 of them. And the other one is Paratools. This one kind of looks interesting, but I'm still waiting a little bit on if it's going to lower it down. I mean, it's still going up a little bit. Paratools is basically a project that we interviewed them. They're building another product which is called I think called like List, which basically is another curation process for NFT projects, like just like the Dust Labs curation software that they have, but it's a little bit different. It's more of like the user itself, to where if the user held an NFT for like more than 30 days, he's get a whitelist because we trust them more, yada yada, things like that. Really cool idea. These guys keep building, and that's what I like about these guys. So I could potentially buy a third one at some point, probably below 1.80 somewhere there. So we shall see. All right, Blocksmith Lab. This one is getting tasty. It's getting juicy, man. This one I've been staring for goddamn long, since September, and it's finally dipping. It's finally dipping. A good price will be somewhere around here for me to get into. Because I really do love this project. This project is really great. I used to be an owner of this project. I sold it like at 90 sold, but I would like to get back in, and this is something I'm still watching for it to get here. I'm waiting for the price to come to me. I'm not gonna chase the price. So Lunar. All right. So the last time we talked last week, I sold this off. I bought this like at 2 sold, and then I sold it like at 4.98 somewhere there. And I had 2 of them. I sold one for probably like 2 sold somewhere there. Now, here's the thing. I've been waiting for them to go back down because I do want to get back in, because I think Luna is a really great project as far as risk reward, because these guys are part of the Open DAO, which is part of HG Soul's whole networking group. And this group, they have a lot of experience in Ethereum. They know what they're doing. And I think at this price right here, 3.5 or below, I might re-enter Lunar. All right, so the other project that I actually did get into, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, was Experiments at 0.50. I did finally sell my Experiments at 0.80. It went up and it finally came back down again. If I can find the project here, wherever it's at, Experiments. So it's at 0.73 right now. This is something we were talking about for a while as well. They were down here at 0.54, 0.50. It just ranged at this price, and then boom, it went up, and that's when I had my NFT listed at 0.80 somewhere there. And now it's probably gonna keep going down. If it does go back down to 0.50, I'm probably gonna buy more than one. I got 4 staking right now. I was just trading 1. I think for this next round, if it does go down to 0.50, I'm probably going to buy maybe like 4 more and just list them again at 0.80, and just slowly trade around there with my Experiment NFTs. It's just a small little trade I've been doing with that. But overall, why? Jersey is a big YouTuber in Solana. He's actually doing very well as far as what he's building. He's building a SaaS product for NFT projects that are pre-minting and post-minting. And oh, looks like we have another comment. But anyways, so overall, I do think that Jersey's every time he's building something, the price action just seems to be falling what he's doing, because it's such a little project and it's not much volume, that it's something that I'm just testing out for a little bit until people start noticing his project. So the SaaS project that he's building really got me by surprise, because I thought he was going to build like an NFT project just based on gamification, but he's really building a product around NFTs. And even a SaaS marketplace. A SaaS is like a software as a service, meaning that you're using software to basically, you can either sell it or let people use it. But that's what SaaS means, SaaS, SaaS, software as a service. So it's going to be interesting on what he does. That's why I have 4 staking, because I'm probably just going to keep those just to see where it goes. All right, so the other thing I was looking at was Metaplex. It's at 2 right now. I bought this around like 1.7, 1.8 the last time we talked. It went up. I didn't sell it yet because I do think this has a lot more potential, because there's only 993. I do see some movement for this in the future. It's at 9% listing supply, which is not bad. I mean, I would prefer 15% or above, but that's usually never the case. I don't want to say never the case, but usually you don't see that quite often. So this could go lower, which I want personally, because I want to buy more. And then at some point when Metaplex white paper releases, I do think this is probably gonna make some action around here, because what Metaplex is, we talked about this with Claynosaurz. Metaplex is basically a way of you able to mint the project, an NFT project, and they're doing a version of no coding, which basically means you or me can create an NFT project now with Metaplex easily. We don't have to be developing on it. All we have to do is just put the trades, this, and it does it all for us. So they made a no-code platform, and I do think with this white paper, there's going to be some probably some crazy news coming out. I feel like I'm underexposed with two, and I do want maybe like 2 or 4 more, just in case. So sources is another one that's just been stable here. I got 2 of them. Hopefully, there's going to be some more things coming out from this project. It's more of a brand project, more riskier because it's a brand. It's 10% supply, and so it could go a lot lower as well. So that's basically all the projects I'm looking at right now. Again, ABC has done well. Songen has done well. I didn't really talk about that much, but what Songen is doing is they're building a Twitter Space platform where they organized all the Twitter Spaces into this one website, which is really cool. I didn't think it would blow up as much. That's why I never really talked about them, but they did. So good on them. It was on my watch list, but I never thought it was going to happen so quickly. And same thing with Bonfitas. I didn't think it was going to happen quickly either. And that is basically majority of one. Oh, here's one that's actually pretty interesting. All right, so the Soul Army is another project that I've been following. I have a Soul Army pass. I think right now they're like at 40 Solana. And what's happening right now is General Soul, who is the owner of this project, he started building this project out in 2021. And now he basically created the soldiers, which are these dudes right here, which is a part of the Soul Army. So he's got 3 collections: the Soul Army, the Soul Soldiers, and then the Soul Recruits. And now he is building this other platform called In the Loop Fi, and this is why this has exploded. This has not really exploded, but it's gone up from like I think 24 Solana all the way up to 45. And the same thing for his soldiers it has gone up as well from 2, and it went up, holy crap, all the way up to 10. This one, man, it's crazy. I gotta say, it's crazy how it just happened so fast. I do think it's probably gonna lower down back to 3, 4 Solana once the hype dies down. I don't think they're gonna talk about much about the In the Loop Fi. They're gonna keep working on this project, and I actually do have access to this. And if I can log in, that'll be cool. In the Loop Fi is basically like the new Discord. So they're doing this for NFTs to where you can actually build out your project and communicate with people, not on Discord, but on here. So let's say Discord just disappears one day. You have this platform. This is what they're betting on. They're creating something for Web3 within Web3. And Suave Seals are working on this with them as well, from what I think. I'm not really sure on that. But cool stuff overall, and that's why this project has exploded. Now, I do think they're going to keep building for a while, and the hype is going to die down eventually, and then I'm probably going to get a little bit more from here. So that's why I'm talking about this now, because not because of I'm going to get in now because that's pure FOMO. It's because I'm going to wait for the actual hype to die down at some point. So that is basically everything that I'm looking at. Not much. Again, there's too much green here. I remember the good old days when there was a lot of red when we were talking. Now everything's in the green, and there's not much we can really talk about because there's too much FOMO going on with all these projects. So the greatest thing to do, what I suggest on myself to Phil is, I wouldn't buy these, but I would research them. I research each project during the bull. And this is like the small bull, and then when all these projects start dipping down in the red, I don't have to research them because I already researched them during the bull market when I didn't need to buy into them. But when the bear market comes, I already know what I'm talking about on these projects. I already know what the research is, and all I gotta do is just go into one of them, see what the updates are on Discord, on Twitter, see if there's any things going on, see if the community's still doing well. It's just really just quick updates because I already researched the projects, and I can go in with the price action. So that's why that's basically what I personally do is, I find this as research time. So overall, there you go. So anything else out there? What's going on, Costa? What's up, Costa? But yeah, that's everything that I got for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, comment below on anything you want me to talk about. Overall, really enjoyed this doing this with you guys, and much love and peace.